Hi loves, it's Ann Lay. Welcome to my channel. I am going to respond to a viewer's question today, and it's something that really resonates with me, something that I've gone through in the past couple of years, and I feel like this can relate to a lot of us. All right, so this is from Patricia, and this is what she said. I want you to talk about something really hard to me, and that has been all of my life. I'm 35 years old, and I really struggle making friends or even getting to know new people. I have a full-time job where I can't socialize that much and a 4-year-old. The few friends that I made in my life haven't been deep relationships. How do you do it, and how are you sure that they're positive, inspiring influences? All right, so before we get started, I want to break this video up into 3 parts. One is a little bit about my history. I feel like you should get to know me a little bit more and where I'm coming from with this. And then 2, I'm going to give you 5 tips that I feel like you should definitely know when it comes to friendship and bonding with people. And then 3, we're going to talk about different ways on how you can make friends. So I feel like I got this. I really did master it last year on making friends in a very genuine and authentic way. So to this very day, I really feel like I don't fit into any group, squad, or whatever you call it nowadays. I'm pretty content and happy with where I am with my friendships. There are people that I can call and talk to. I have some solid, really good friends, really good people in my life. And something that I accept is that people are going to come and go, and having a best friend doesn't mean that it's somebody that you have built years of knowing. You can find a best friend anytime. So just know that if you don't have a best friend today, it's okay. You will eventually find somebody that you can bond with. So my story was that when I was 20, I had my son, and so it was at a pretty young age. So all of my friends then just kind of disappeared in my life. They just bye, they went out, go partying and everything like that. And I was just pretty much a full-time mom after that. I was with my son 24/7. I was inseparable from him. Pretty much I was just very dedicated to being a mother. And then at the same time, I, put my career aside to help my partner out with his business. So I was constantly working, helping him develop that business basically from day to night. And at the same time, I was raising my son. Did that pretty much most of my 20s. And then I got into YouTube, and then I just, focus on YouTube, building my brand, building my channel, all that kind of stuff. And it was just until when I left my relationship, I was able to find myself, find who I was and kind of work on myself. I felt like I was able to take back my identity, because when you're in a relationship with somebody, sometimes you can lose yourself, especially when you didn't find yourself already, So that's why I feel like it's really, really important. The number one thing is always find yourself. Find yourself first before any kind of relationship, because if you have not found yourself, then you're going to lose yourself amongst other people. And so that was something that I didn't have. And after leaving the relationship, I was able to work on myself and find my genuine, authentic self. I never felt like I could connect with people before because the fact that I didn't know who I was. I wasn't confident. I felt like I wasn't funny enough. I wasn't cool enough. I wasn't interesting enough to talk to people. I was really shy, and I couldn't look at people in the eyes, and I just was so afraid to start a conversation. When I was in my relationship, I would always stand behind him and let him do the talking, and I would always be in the shadows, I was that person that's just so afraid to start the conversation and everything like that. What I learned about myself last year was that I am very outgoing. I had no idea how friendly and outgoing I am, but when I was able to find my confidence and just really, really become sure who I am as a person, I just I can talk to anybody. I'm still a little shy here and there when I see a cute guy or something like that. I'm like, but most of the time I can start a conversation and just be very chatty and very friendly to people. And so, yeah, I was able to find myself, establish myself. And now when I see people, I can just start a conversation without feeling afraid. And if I feel like I'm judged, if I feel like that person is just like really judging me, I give zero fucks. Like seriously, whenever people judge, like that will really help set you free. So if that's something that you could practice on giving zero fucks, like that would really help you set you free. And when it comes to talking to people, you'll just be you. That's where you want to be, is being you. When you're talking to someone, you want to just let your personality out. There are always going to be people that will not like you. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with people not liking you. It's fine. All right, so let's get into the 5 things you should know about friendships. So number 1 is be more aware on how you socialize. Do you like to be in a group setting? Do you like one-on-one conversation? Or can you do both, balance the 2 out? For me, I think it all depends on the company. When you have good, valuable people around you, and just good people around you, it's like, it doesn't matter. One-on-one can be amazing. Being in a group setting can be just like the best experience ever. So to me, it's all about the company and what we can provide for each other. Because when you have the right company, you can just like, your energy doesn't feel like it's being sucked away. Some people say that they can't be in a group setting because it's too much for them energetically. To me, I think like when I'm around the wrong kind of people, is just energetically, I can feel it. I can feel drain, So when you're around the right people, they will energize you and they will give you life and they will inspire you just to be the best you, or just to live life, to the fullest. So, be more aware of that, the people around you, and that because people drain you doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people, but just be more protective of your mind, body, and soul, and just allow yourself to, give yourself a little bit more space and don't invest too much time into those kind of people. Number 2 is ask yourself, how open-minded are you? Because most people think they are open-minded, but they're not very open-minded. So allow yourself to bring in new opinions and perspectives instead of shutting yourself out or being super opinionated. Allow yourself to be like, live in different people's shoes and perspectives, so that way you can see things in a whole new light. When you're able to be open-minded, like so many doors will open up for you in your life that you'll see like a whole different world. You'll be living in a whole new amazing, life filled with opportunities. So work on being more open-minded, be more open to doing things that make you uncomfortable. At the same time, you want to use common sense too. Try different things that you normally would not want to do. Maybe go take new dance classes with a friend if they invite you out, or invite a friend to go indoor rock climbing, something like that. Number 3 is ask if you're providing value. Some people, I feel like they don't know how inconsiderate they can be. It all wraps around common courtesy, mannerism and all that kind of stuff. So see if you're providing value. Like, let's say if you are going to visit somebody and they let you stay at their home, when you guys go out, at least cover for dinner. If you can't cover for dinner, then do something that is thoughtful, that shows your appreciation. Don't be that kind of person that just takes and not give. You want to be able to take and give and take. So it's not a one-way stream, it's like both ways. It takes 2 to make an amazing relationship and friendship. All right, so number 4 is think about your expectations. Sometimes we set expectations and then we totally do not think about it. Like, we'll set expectations on ourselves, on other people. So there are healthy and unhealthy expectations. So the unhealthy expectations is usually cling to entitlement. So if you feel like people owe you something or they need to do something for you, that's more like the unhealthy entitlement kind of expectations. So take a step back and reevaluate yourself, and maybe it's time that you improve something in your life. So it also helps you kind of like see yourself in a whole new light, a whole new perspective, because sometimes, people might not want to be with us because of certain old bad habits that we may have. The healthy expectations is not coming from a place of entitlement. It's more like you want to protect your time and your space. So So if somebody is coming to you and they're always like, sucking all your time and everything like that, that's when, you have to, give yourself a little bit more credit and expect some value out of these people. And if they're not giving you that value, then you can, take a step back and be like, this is not going to work out. So those are the two kind of expectations that I recommend for you to think about and for you to put into perspective. Number 5 is don't beg for a friendship or kiss ass. There are going to be people that make you question, are you friends or not? And if you feel like you're at that point where you have to question someone, like, are we friends? Why are you friendly to me today? The next time I see you, it's like, it's weird. Whenever you have to question a relationship or friendship, it's like, that's not healthy. So with people like that, just don't bother. I mean, you can still be cordial, but like, don't bother trying to be their friends. Don't look for validation. Don't look for acceptance. Just let them go. And don't put any of your time, your valuable time, into those kind of relationship, because you should not question. So those are 5 things that I feel like you should definitely know when it comes to friendship. Make sure to note that down in your journal or something like that. All right, so lastly, I want to share with you some things that I like to personally do when it comes to going out, meeting new people. I don't necessarily go out with the intention to meet new people. I just go out because I want to get myself out there. I work from home, and sometimes like I can just stay home. I love staying home. I'm comfortable staying home. So I give myself things to do, and when my son is here with me, I look for new activities that we can do together. So this is a fun way to just get yourself out there. And Patricia, if you're watching this is also a fun way to meet other moms or just to do things with your son. So I like to go on Facebook calendar events because you can find local events that are happening in your area, or if you are traveling out of town, you can also find like events happening in that area. So there are just so many different postings that are happening, like yoga workshops and art workshops, just pretty much anything, entertainment, nightclubs, whatever it is. There's just so many things happening, and they're all posted on Facebook. So you can actually invite Facebook friends to these events as well if you want to. Like if you want to know somebody a little bit more, then you can do that. That's an option. But there are so many things and activities that you can do on Facebook. Some activities are free and some, cost money. They're all on there. So it's a really, really good platform to use when it comes to looking for things to do on the weekends or certain days in the week. Find a hobby that you really like. For me, I really enjoy martial arts. When I moved to LA, I didn't know anybody, and I wanted to stay active because I work from home and I'm always sitting in front of my computer desk. So I needed to do something that would get me out of the apartment, get me active, and I always wanted to learn martial arts. So I get to also learn a new skill. So I got into martial arts, and when I first got into it, I did it for me. So always get into things doing it for you. Don't go in there with the intention of like, oh, I want to meet friends. Just always do everything that you do it for you first. So I went in there, I was like, I'm going to do this for me. And at first, people weren't really friendly. And I don't think people are usually super friendly in these kind of settings. They're just there to work out and stuff like that. And I was just like, whatever, so what, like I'm here, I'm having fun for myself, and I enjoyed it. And as you keep on going, people notice that, you're serious about this and you're a familiar face, and then they start warming up to you and they start talking to you. So things like that happen when you're doing things for yourself and when you're feeling good and confident. It just exudes, and people will automatically want to be your friend. But at the same time, when you find a hobby that you really like, and when you find people that also enjoys the same hobby or share the same interests, it's always fun. So definitely, look into hobbies that you like and invest more time into that. It may cost you some money, but it's really, really worth it because you find more valuable people out of that than just people who are like trying to be somebody they're not. And usually people who are like into hobbies, they're looking to find themselves. They're looking to better themselves. They're not just there living in a make-believe world or just lost and confused people who don't know who they are. And the last thing I want to talk about is that it takes two. So don't just come into a setting and expect people to come up to you and want to be your friend. You have to be friendly, you have to be open, you have to put yourself out there, and also learn how to carry a conversation. Most time, I'm the one that initiate the conversation, and I would suggest hanging out, like maybe, hey, let's get boba tea after this workout or something like that. And then once, you really connect with this person, then you can talk about hanging out and just, getting to know each other more. Sometimes I would get invited, and then other times I would invite people out. So it takes two, just work on being more of an actionable person and taking that first step. Don't just sit there and wait for somebody to invite you out. And the last thing I want to remind you is go back to you, always be okay with you, and find that confidence so that way you can build your foundation. And then once you build that strong foundation, you can do everything else. You'll find your confidence. You can then be you effortlessly. You don't have to think about, oh my God, do I need to say something interesting? Do I need to be this person? Do I need to be that person? You could just be you. So those are some of the things that I learned in the last year that really helped me establish friendships and quality people in my life. I hope this will help you out as well. If you have anything you want to add, make sure to add it in the comment section of this video. And if you do have any questions, then make sure to add it in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching. And I really enjoyed today's video with you. And I will see you soon. Mwah! Ciao.